What is up, everyone? So today we're starting the video off by going up to Tommy's new shop to steal some parts for the new Zenki. And you know when your mom makes you bring your little brother along when you go hang out with your friends? Oh, hey Adam, how are you doing, buddy?
so stoked to see Tommy up here.
You haven't seen his new shop, have you? It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I'm stoked.
I think you'd be impressed.
Yeah. I'm just trying to blast his head with some dry ice and see what it looks like.
All right, well, we got a long drive, so let's get to it. What did I just hit something?
Bro, that was a f***ing cat.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was a bottle. I got you.
Oh my God. First, I gotta feed the kid.
I f***ed my sandwich.
What the f***? Had to grab the Porsche. Now we're off to Tommy's. Hopefully you can keep up with the Duramax. Dude, the Porsche is so freaking loud that it literally vibrates my truck. Like my feet are tingling because my pedals are vibrating so much. That is just ridiculous. Adam, you need some mufflers, homeboy. So Mr. Elza decided to visit for a couple days to get a break away from just this crazy schedule. And as always, I see him up here. If you guys don't know, me and Adam have been friends since we were like 15 or 14, whatever it is, from the BMX days to now. So then LZ had his Porsche stored in Connecticut near Tommy's shop, so we just went and picked it up. And now I get to go bug Tommy and steal some Zenki parts, so it all works out. I mean, who really needs signage when you just have this sitting outside? Give me a better greeting. Give me a smile this time. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Well, I came here like 2 weeks ago, I think. You guys saw a video where we actually saw the place for the first time, but it's Tommy, so there's about double the stuff here already, and it's pretty cool to see. There's a couple walls that weren't here before. I don't know. If you guys follow Tommy's channel, he does all the updates, so check that out. But he has some hidden goodies in the corner. So jealous of this thing. Mr. LZ, what do you think?
I'm on a call right now. I gotta, just out here working.
In the meantime, I'm just gonna gawk over the things I wish I had. I guess I have one, but you know what I mean.
Just giving you guys a close-up of all the fur from Jimmy's house.
My cat's great. Dude, I hate cats.
Josh likes cats.
I feel like cats don't
What
like
up?
Tommy.
What do you think about that yellow behind you?
Exactly the same, like water pumps.
So good.
You like it?
The other one goes.
Tell me about the yellow.
Adam has a yellow FD that he's gonna sell me.
8 digits
Sure.
of this part number are
Oh,
the same.
it's on camera. We have it documented.
Let's do it.
I want to be
Talk to
serious.
me nice. All right, Tom. I came here for some business.
What kind of shoes you got? Red Vans.
Red Vans.
So what do you want?
Zenki parts.
Oh, Zenki parts.
Yes, sir.
I thought you wanted the ice.
Yo, let me get some Zenki parts. I'm in on this.
Oh, let's have a bid war.
Let's do it.
I gotta get a gavel.
Go away.
He comes up, he's like stuffing shit in his Porsche, like Zenki parts. All I have is that thing you need.
That's all I need.
Okay. It was in our bathroom.
It's weird. So this was the one from the front clip too?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So this is the bumper bracket that holds up the bumper like in place, and it also mounts the grill to it. So like the bumper's not as much of a big deal because the bumper kind of fits, but not having a grill is kind of annoying. So.
Yeah, I have the grill for that too.
Do you? Tough. Let's talk. I don't quit touching things.
He's zinking up.
Oh, this is cool.
That's just a stock, right?
Yeah.
Just like a basic.
That's pretty cool. No, I like this one. I have the nav and grill, but it's broken, but it kind of works. But I honestly like this one almost a little bit better.
It's like clean.
It is clean.
It's pretty clean.
Cool. Running shop's looking pretty good. Not for long.
He's in there all high.
Or you just blow your building up. Well, huge shout out again to Tommy for having what I need. We got the grill, we got the bumper bracket, and this should get the front end looking good and really bringing it all together. I hung out with the boys for way too long. It's nice to see Adam, and it's already so late, but I gotta get to the shop and we gotta film a video. So let's drive an hour and a half and get back to work. All right, I am finally back at the shop. So check this out, right? So when we were talking about the grills before, right? We have this grill, or we have like this, I guess we consider this the Navin style grill. This one's pretty cool because it's a Silvia in it, but this one's kind of nice because it's like simple. I kind of like that one. And come here. What do you think, buddy?
I was looking at that one. I don't think I ever seen that. It kind of looks like the Kooky grill.
Let's just do this. A little bit of, it's a little crooked right now, but I don't hate that because it kind of looks sportier.
It does.
Oh, I made that so much worse. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. Should we run this grill or zip tie that grill up? This is just a nice change of pace, so I think I'm gonna run this in the meantime. Let me know what you think.
I think so.
So, last video you guys saw, we got it lowered, and we put on some TEs and, well, technically some Conces because we couldn't figure out which wheels you like better. We sent the side skirts and spats off to paint today, which is fantastic because once we get those on, it'll look a lot better. But I wasn't planning on doing this just yet, but to be honest, I'm kind of just bored and I just want to get to it. And so I think we're gonna take the Zenki back apart and move on to the next rendition of the project. So as you guys know, this thing has an SR20 in it, but it is a SR20 DE, which means it is non-turbo. The thing has a distributor. Like, it's far from a SR20 DET. As a lot of people know, most Silvias out there are DE, not DET. DET swaps right now, or turbo swaps, are extremely expensive and pretty hard to come by. So I figured it'd be kind of fun to do the next best thing, and that is actually turboing the DE engine. I've never done it. I've never seen any of my friends do it. I've seen a couple forums here and there who've done it. I know a lot of people overseas have done it because these have been around a lot longer overseas than for us. And well, I want to do it myself. So what I want to do is I want to turbo the DE engine. Now, is it a good idea? I'm not very sure, but I want to find out. Because I feel like it's a very common question in the S chassis world, and I think it'd be fun to do it myself since I basically already have everything to do it. So the non-turbo engines and the turbo engines are actually extremely similar, but also completely different at the same time. Some of the big things is the compression slightly higher on the DE engine. The DE engine obviously has weaker pistons, weaker rods, since it wasn't made for forced induction. There's no oil squirters in the block. There's no ports in the block for the oil feed, the coolant feed, the oil drain, and it also has a distributor, where of course the turbo engine actually has coil packs and a cam angle sensor instead of a distributor. I mean, how well will this thing hold up to boost? Probably not that well, but I really want to find out myself. So I think we could actually do this entire like swap or setup inside the car, which is pretty cool. And the best part about it is I already basically have everything for it. Since the SRs all have the same exhaust flange, I could take a turbo engine that I have, I could take the manifold off, I could take the turbo off, and it'll bolt right onto it. The only thing I have to really figure out is the oil feed and drain and the coolant feed and return. Not too bad. And then on top of that, I mean, I'm gonna throw some injectors in it, which I could just steal some bigger injectors that I have laying around right here. The last big hurdle of it is the management. And I guess we're gonna probably see if whatever clutch in it holds up. I don't really think too heavily about that, but I don't think we're gonna make too big of power on this thing. What do you think?
Probably a stock clutch.
It probably is a stock clutch.
What are those things?
I didn't even think about that until I'm saying it out loud.
What's that thing rated for?
That thing's probably rated for 160 horsepower. Whatever, we'll call up action, get a good clutch for the thing. That's not too bad. Before we take apart anything, because today I just want to get things apart because we don't have a lot of time, I want to get this thing on the dyno and get a baseline. We need a baseline power number so we can compare it to once we turbo it. Sound smart?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. So let's get this thing on the dyno and see what this thing makes. I know a lot of guys are probably yelling at me, oh Jimmy, you should probably enjoy it before you take it all apart, but you guys know me. I never do that. I know it might sound dumb to some of you guys, but I'm actually really excited to do this. What do you think it's gonna make?
Low 100s.
Low 100s? I'm thinking a $140, $150 maybe. She's
Yeah,
healthy.
I was thinking like 120, 130, 135,
140.
140.
140. High hopes.
It is low mileage, so hey,
Hey,
you never know.
you never know. I told you! 140!
140, 133.
I don't think I've ever been so happy to make 140 horsepower in my entire life. I felt it.
That's a good start.
That is a great start. Why am I so excited about that? All right. Well, she's healthy because I think from the factory they make 145, right? Something like that. So that's fantastic. We could do another pull just to like solidify it, you know? Mm-hmm. She was chugging. That was the longest run time ever. A little bit more power.
1 horsepower.
That's what we expected, right?
Yeah.
What we hoped for. So I'd say
It could be less.
it could be less. This is a good foundation. Bro, what do you think?
Hey, about.
Turboing it right away.
Yeah, I mean. NA is lame unless it's an LS.
That seems biased.
So to start, let's take off all the intake piping and, well, let's just get the exhaust off because that's nothing we need.
Just get it out of here.
All right, well, it feels a little counterproductive because I literally put all that stuff in like, what, 5 days ago, but hey, it's part of the process. So what's also very convenient is the fact that from the cat back, right, that's an aftermarket sauce, which is fantastic. So you get a test pipe or a new high flow catalytic converter, and then the downpipe itself is the same as an S13, which I have so many of. So we literally don't even need any exhaust. We already have all of it laying around. So super convenient. Let's get this off. We don't need it. You think it'll come through? Yeah. No way. Oh, that is so convenient.
That is awesome.
I did not think that was gonna fit. Oh, this is heavy. Look at that.
So we're gonna cut this right and then put a turbo flange on it?
No.
Don't be an idiot.
Look at this. Look at this.
Destroying it a little more.
Yeah, you gotta, you know, break it down before we can build it back up, right?
Destroy, build, destroy. Ann knows that show.
Destroy, build, destroy.
TV show?
How's the pepperoni roll? So we're robbing this motor, right? We're gonna take the turbo manifolds. We're gonna take the turbo, which I believe is a GT28 something or other.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. I gotta run the part number. We also have the downpipe for it, or the turbo elbow, which is perfect. And then we're also gonna steal the water neck right here. This is an S14 style water neck where there's actually a tap in it right here for dash 6 fittings, so we could actually have a water feed right here, which is awesome, or return. This is the magic right here. We have a fitting on top, right? It's gonna be our oil feed, so we need a high pressure oil source for that, which I think we're gonna utilize the oil pressure sensor, tee off of that, easy peasy. And then for the return, we're gonna have to tap the pan, right? Classic move. And then we have 2 coolant lines, one on each side. I think we're gonna tap into the block for one, and we're gonna use the water neck for the other. Look at that, Tony. Does she look faster already or what? Wow, doesn't that look super low in there? Wow, that looks super far down there. A top mount would be cool, but that would require buying things.
Yeah, we don't want to put that much money into this.
And the fun part about this is
We have everything.
we have everything. But I'll tell you what, a bottom mount definitely makes things tighter, but it is nice when you have a right-hand drive car because you have so much more room. A top mount would actually be very, very easy.
Sick. Just stock SR.
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens. So here's the thing, right? There's probably already a bunch of comments like, "Oh, this is no idea, it's gonna blow up." It might blow up. I have another NASR, so I'm not worried about it. I have the one for my S15, so I can put it back in here.
How much volume is this thing making?
Here's the thing. I'm gonna run a little boost because I know better. Like, I don't need to make a bunch of power. I want to make some cool noises, and I want to put a pep in the step, right?
I wouldn't worry about the number of PSI. I'd put it on a dyno and worry about where's the torque being made
Exactly.
and how much
So
of it.
here's the thing. They have really weak pistons. It's just a fact.
Weak rods too.
The rods, if you ever seen a DE, I wish I had a picture to show you, but if you've seen a DE rod next to DET rods are nothing to write home about. The DE rods, fucking, dude, they're like, it's like, I'd be the DET rod, Donnie's the DE rod. Put that in your brain.
Oh, poor Donnie.
These poor rods. So, here's the disclaimer. I know we're pushing our luck here, but I think we could survive around 7 PSI. If I put this thing on ethanol,
9.
9
PSI.
9 we'll see. If I put this thing on ethanol, it would probably do pretty well. That defeats the whole simplicity of this whole thing. So, if I can make 7 PSI, if I can make 225 horsepower, that's a fun little S chassis. It's like stock SR.
220. You gotta be at least 240.
We'll see. High hopes, low expectations. You know my motto.
Okay.
We'll see, all right? What do you guys think? I know I've seen a lot of like older Australian forums, stuff like that, a lot of guys are like, oh, turboing a DE engine never lasts, and we'll see. We're gonna try and make it last, have some fun with it, and for the sake of science. So we don't need this. Oh, not bad. Not bad. So if you look at this is the one that came off the engine. It has like a little pedestal right here that gives you a spot to actually drill and tap this for a AN fitting, right? This is the one we pulled off our other engine. It's already done, so we're gonna utilize this. The S13 motors don't actually have this, so this is an upgrade.
You can actually buy these brand new still.
Yep, ISL makes them.
OEM too, or no?
No, so they just do a repop where they actually drill and tap that for you. Can't beat that.
You pick your, what is it?
Pick your poison.
Pick your poison. Tap it or buy it.
All right, so we got the water neck on, so we have one of our coolant ports right here. Now, we're gonna get a little risky with it, and right here is where the turbo blocks are usually tapped for a coolant feed, right? Right here. So we're actually gonna drill and tap the block in the car and try and be extremely careful with it.
Extremely.
It's kind of sketchy.
I think you can do it.
I'm not worried about it. And then for the oil return, the same thing in the block right here. On the DET blocks, this is drilled and tapped. We're gonna do the same thing in the car. Kind of sketchy. Once again, not worried about it. So we should be able to utilize the two coolant lines that are already on here, which is super nice, and then we should be able to utilize the drain here also, since it should be in the factory location. The only thing we're gonna have to change is the feed line, because it's gonna have to be a lot longer. So if you look at the DET engine right here, you can see, like I said, we have the coolant feed right here from the factory, oil drain right here from the factory, and then this is the oil feed from the factory. That is something I do not feel comfortable drilling and tapping in the car. That one's a little sketchy. So we're just gonna tee into the oil pressure sensor and keep things a little bit safer. I'm really excited to see how the power curve feels with not only the VTC gear, but the higher compression. The boost should actually come in pretty good, and it should have a really nice curve.
Especially with that turbo.
Yes. Oh, so we did scan the part number on the turbo. It is a GT2860 RS.
Same exact turbo I have.
There you go. She's got a disco potato, so we're good to go. It should feel really good. Honestly, it should hit pretty good. So even if this thing only makes like 225 horsepower, maybe a little bit more,
It'll be fun.
It'll hit heavy, and the car will be a blast.
And it will make all the right noises.
All right. Well, I feel like I did nothing but ramble on about turboing this thing for the last like 10 minutes, but didn't have as much time today as I was hoping for. But we got a good foundation. We know what we need. We got most of it. We have a good game plan, and we should be good to go. So next video, we're gonna do some sketchy drilling and tapping. Hopefully get the turbo mounted up and start piping it all out, and we should hopefully get this done for the weekend, and that'll be really fantastic. Because honestly, I'm excited, you know, because obviously, like, I like SRs, and I got to play with a bunch, but I've never actually got to play with the NAT setup, and it would be fun to see what it could do, to see if it's worth it. Because there's so many Silvias out there, especially now in the States, and so many are DEs, and I can understand not wanting to play the stupid price tag of putting a DET swap in it, but also wanting some more pep in the step, because I mean, it's a great cruiser engine, it runs great, it feels great, but it's just not exciting. 240 horsepower, which I think is a realistic goal, it's exciting in these cars. Like, I know that sounds kind of silly, but you could have fun with 240 horsepower. With 140, you're not getting out of anyone's way with that. So, with that, I'm just gonna end it now. So you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more content, and we'll see you guys very shortly.